Alright, so I will be sitting this one out, but Ryan and Logan are going to be taking a look at E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof 130.3 proof.
So this was the 2020
This was
batch.
the late 2020 batch, yep. And the best part
A
is...
lot of caramel.
A lot of caramel and a lot of pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
I get like vanilla aromatic pipe tobacco.
And best part is, for those who know how much this is worth, in PA, this was $69.99.
Oh, I know. It was a $70 bottle. Which
I saw it in Delaware for $800, so keep that in mind. And that's not as far above secondary as you think.
And the sad part is, people complain that Booker's went up to $95.
And then they pay $800 for this.
I will happily spend $100 for Booker's, but I haven't tasted this yet, so let's see.
Yeah. In my opinion, from what I tried, it's up there with Stag.
That is dense.
That is very dense.
So, it's interesting because with Stag, you get a Kentucky hug where it tastes normal up front, and then you get heat on the back end going down your throat. This, you get heat on the mouth, but you don't get any going down the throat.
Agreed, 100%. That's super interesting, and I've never had that before.
I haven't either. But the flavors on this are phenomenal. Like, I get super aromatic pipe tobacco, I get caramel to the fuck ton, a little bit of that Buffalo Trace cherry, but not the same way you get it on
And to
Stag.
my knowledge, you get a little bit of oak spice as well.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
oak spice and cinnamon throughout. But
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible.
Like, I tried one sip of the sample and regarded it up with the Knob 12 cask and the Stag, and
this is up there.
I mean, to be fair, like, E.H. Taylor is my favorite regular bourbon. And that is, I mean, that's well documented in any video. You know, I've said that.
it's coming.
It's your brand, yeah.
Yeah, that is my.
As Makers is for me and Knob Creek is for you,
Yep.
Buffalo
E.H.
Trace
Taylor.
is for you.
Yeah,
Well,
I
E.H.
love
Taylor
Buffalo.
specifically.
E.H.
I love
Taylor
Buffalo
specifically.
Trace, but E.H. Taylor is my favorite of the Buffalo Trace. This is everything I wanted it to be and more, and I'm thoroughly impressed by it, and I didn't think I would be.
When I tried it, it lived up to what I hoped.
Having had the regular small batch and the single barrel, this is everything I'd hoped it would be and more, and this is great.
I'm thoroughly enjoying this, and yeah, for MSRP, I would spend this money on it.
Easily.
I
I would spend up to double, I think. I would spend $150 and no more.
think I can agree with that.
But I would spend BTAC price, BTAC MSRP pricing.
Yeah. Well, that's $100 for sure.
100 to 150.
Yeah.
When I say BTAC, I'm also kind of including the PAPIs because some of those MSRP up to that
Yeah,
point too.
that's fair.
That's fair.
I'm talking like the average, if a Buffalo Trace product retails at that price, I would probably pay it for this.
I would spend $150 on this easily.
I think I would.
That's what I like about PA, is that you don't have to. If it shows up, you can get it for $70.
If this
If you can get your
this
hands
comes
on
live on the
Yes.
Found One Good Spirits website, I will be the first fucking customer.
So, what I will say about this, the batch of Bookers we tried tonight, the Polish 2015 batch, I would take this over. Other batches of Bookers, I would not. And
Yeah.
I feel like that says something.
I think it says more about your love for Beam and for Bookers, more than it says bad about this.
Yes.
I mean, I think that as the resident E.H. Taylor aficionado, this is my favorite thing I've had tonight. But at the same time, I did love Handy, and Handy is a rye, so it's very different. But
That's why it's hard to compare amongst the B taxes, because you have a wheat, you have rye, you have straight bourbon.
Yeah, you have a low rye bourbon, a wheated bourbon, and then a rye whiskey. And this stands out like
It's amazing that if you told me this is BTAC without me looking, I wouldn't doubt you from the complexity of the flavor, from the
Agreed.
quality. I would think it was if I'd never tried Stag and I had no clue what it tasted like, and you told me this was Stag, I'd believe it because it's the same mash bill. It's up to that caliber.
It really is. Like, that's a
It's-
phenomenal bourbon. Like, you get so much brown sugar. You get that. It's not even Buffalo Trace cherry anymore. This is like Luxardo cherry,
Right.
but a prevalent, rich Luxardo cherry note.
Right.
And then you get that vanilla pipe tobacco note in addition to them. And you don't really get a front, middle, end. You get like a punch of sweet at the front with those flavors, and it just gradually dies down in sweetness as you go on, but you still get the vanilla pipe tobacco, the cherry, the brown sugar, and that
Like,
oak
even the
spice
spicy
throughout.
notes have a sweetness to it.
Yes.
Because the sweetness, it diminishes, but it lingers.
Yes. And I gotta say, like, it's a fantastic whiskey. I would love to have it.
Like, I'm not heartbroken that I don't have a bottle of this. But, if the opportunity presented itself for me to get this at a reasonable price, you bet your ass I'm buying it.
Yes.
I would pay $200 more for this bottle.
Yeah.
Easily.
And that's where taste comes into play, because like we were talking about the 12-year cask. I was damn near willing to spend $200 on a bottle.
Yeah,
Not
we got
good
lucky
flavor.
that I was able to get it for $110 a pop.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and like I wouldn't spend that on Knob Creek cask, 12 cask, but like I would spend that
See,
on.
I personally would probably be a little bit more inclined to spend it on the 12 cask, but I wouldn't have qualms spending it on either.
and that's
That's
just
fair.
the thing. Like
I'm
That's-
definitely in the middle ground here where I buy.
I think the consensus here is though I wouldn't spend it on Pappy.
yeah, fuck you,
Yeah.
Pappy.
Fuck Pappy, E.H. Taylor, Barrel Proof all the way.
Friendship ended with Pappy. E.H. Taylor, barrel proof, new friend.
Yes. So
This is fucking delicious, and I appreciate the hell out of you, Max. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for letting me try this.
now here's the question I have.
That's
for
why
you.
I've held on to it. I figured at some point.
Stag Junior or E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof.
Oh fuck. And I mean,
For me,
I've only. So to be fair, I've only tried batch 14.
Yes.
E.H. Taylor, barrel proof. Still.
I think this edges it out slightly.
Now, the
But-
real debate for me would be Stag or this.
George T. Stag?
Yes.
Oh, I would take George T. Stag over this in a heartbeat. I had that not in a Glencairn. I had that in a rocks glass. I would still take that over. this.
I've never had George T. Stag. I've had Stag Junior. I think this edges it out slightly, but I mean, it's.
Did you give him a sample of George T. Stag?
I thought I did. Yeah.
I might have.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
that's
did.
right. I did.
We did.
I did have that for like a very small.
Given
sample.
your reaction, I think you would pick this over the
I
Stag.
agree. I agree.
Given his reaction, because I remember he thought the Stag was delicious, but it didn't blow him away like this does.
Which batch was it?
19.
That's why.
Was it 19 or 20?
If it was 19, 19 is regarded as the worst batch of George T. Stag to come out because it was 100.
I'll have to check. I actually want to say it was 20. Now that I think about it.
Because if you
To
have,
be fair, I'm kind of drunk and I don't know. I don't remember what I've tried before.
Right. This
But-
is why I keep a spreadsheet, or I won't remember some of this shit.
I will tell you this.
I'm kind of drunk, but I do know that this is one of the best whiskeys I've ever had in my life.
Go to the Warren. If you have like $50 to spend on a special port, they have a 2020 batch of Stag that is absolutely phenomenal.
Okay.
Yeah, then it's definitely the same one. Because he got it in the lottery around the same time as Spencer got his.
They had multiple batches last year. Last year
We
they
had
had 2019 and 2020.
Yeah, he got it at the same time as the 20.
The 2020 was like 2 weeks after the 2019.
Yes.
So it could have been either one.
Like I'm almost positive he got the 20.
Okay. That's fair.
Because he mentioned not loving the 19 and then was like, but I love this this one, so that's why I think he got
Yeah, because the one we had at Warren was 2020, and I think you said you had the 2019 in a taster that you split with him.
it was someone else. I've had stag from 3 people.
Okay.
I had 20, I think twice. Now that I'm thinking about it, and I had 19 before
Okay.
we had the 20.
Okay.
Because the sample I got from my buddy, I got at least a month after we went to the Warren. I didn't really know this dude until like April.
Yeah. Because last year they did release, they literally did a lottery 1 week. 2 or 3 weeks later, they did another lottery of the next year, the following year.
Yep.
So,
We can thank COVID for that one.
yeah.
It kind of held back on one of them.
Yes.
But anyway, just to bring it back to this so we can end it. Again, I didn't personally try it just now because I tried it already. But I hold, again, it's up for debate whether what of the high-end barrel proofs I put it up top. But this is easily in contention with the Stags and the Knob 12 Cask and the William Lewis Weller in terms of where I rank it.
It's in contention. For me personally, I do think that I would take Stag Jr. and George T. Stag over it. From the
And
batches
I
have
think
tried.
from you would pick those two. I'm torn, and you'd pick E.H. Taylor.
Agreed.
So
And that's fair. That's a difference in palate.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I've had the only batch of Stag Junior I've had is 14, which is regarded as one of the best,
I've now had
along with 12.
12, 13, 14, 15, and 8. And I personally thought, in order from least favorite to favorite, 8, 13, 15, 14, 12. And I loved 8. The 8's
Yeah.
the one I gave you to give
Yes.
to your bartender friends.
And that was solid. It was.
And I loved 8 too.
And to be fair, like 8 or 14 was incredible, but I would prefer either that Booker's or that E.H. Taylor.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you're
Barrel
talking
proof?
in a different league at that point. You're
Yeah.
talking an old Booker's or highest to the high from Buffalo Trace, compared to what's supposed to be a $65, $70 bottle.
I mean, whenever
Don't get me wrong, Stag Junior at $70 is worth it every day of the week, even the
Yeah.
worst match I've had.
whenever that E.H. Taylor barrel proof hits PA, if I don't get it, I'm going to be heartbroken.
Don't be heartbroken because there's a lot of bottles that go on there that everybody's heartbroken about. But
Fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you this tip. Internet Explorer.
Yeah,
Use
use
that
Internet
to buy.
Explorer. Because I was able to snag him a Russell's at work because I used Internet Explorer versus using any other browser.
Everybody
Same.
complains about, oh, it's telling me that it's out. Oh, it's telling me that there's this error, that there's an inventory change. That's because that website is designed to be used on Internet Explorer.
Yes.
Use Internet Explorer.
Fair.
Don't use Chrome.
And another
Don't use
tip,
Google.
that is something where you can always put money aside and treat yourself one day by buying. I mean, yes, you'd be paying more for it, but there are bottles out there that I've had. I would be willing to pay way more than it's actually worth to have my hands on a bottle for special occasions.
Yep.
And that's how I feel about E.H.
Yeah.
Taylor barrel proof. That
So
was,
that's one where I would keep an eye, and if you see it at anywhere under secondary, consider it.
that was one of the best bourbons I've ever had in my life. And seriously, I mean, I'm kind of drunk, but thank you so much for letting me try that, dude.
I forgot I still had it. Then you mentioned you never had it. I'm like, oh shit, I think I still have the sample.
Next time I come over, I think I'm going to be, I'm going to package it up, but I'll bring Chapter 3.
Okay.
Because he hasn't had Chapter 3.
I haven't had any little books.
Bring 4 too.
I'll bring
Hey,
4
little
too.
one.
I'll bring 5 too. Why
The,
not?
the
We'll do
only,
the
the
3
only
that I
little book
have.
I've had is
When
one.
we do a Booker's lineup, we still have Bookers you haven't done videos on.
This is true. We
We
have a
do
lot
have a
of
fuck ton of bookers.
And I have a pigskin now too. We can crack into one of mine at least.
Yeah.
I have no bookers, but
But that's fine.
that's fine.
The
I mean,
first
honestly-
how many tastings were mostly us anyway. It's no big deal.
That's fair.
The one I want you
I do
to
feel
try
bad, but
is Little Book Chapter 3 because I think that's one of the best bourbons I've ever had.
that's fair.
Because it is a blend of.
I do regard it up there as well.
It's 9-year Knob Creek cast strength, 9-year Basil Hayden cast strength, 11-year Booker's, and 13-year. No, 14 or 15-year Bakers, and that is what they did to blend that batch.
Yeah.
That is one of the best whiskeys I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I have to agree.
So I'll have you taste that, and I'll see what you think of that.
Gotcha.
But
Anyway,
Are we done with trying shit tonight?
yes,
I think
Okay.
so, yes. So anyway, H. Taylor barrel proof. Again,
Incredible.
it's worth all the hyping. It's one of the Buffalo Trace products I'd call worth the hyping. Yes.
I would buy that for twice MSRP in a heartbeat.
$200. I could easily.
That
see
might be my hard limit as well. I would be willing to spend upwards of that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So there you
Cheers.
go.